Hello guys, welcome to another exciting episode on Pious Football, where we talk about transfer news, give you latest updates. We also discuss tactical analysis of games and pertinent issues around football that you don't hear on mainstream European media. Now, my first story for this afternoon, as at the camp of Fulham, a double raid central defensive pair of Mohamed Salisu and Kevin Bassey. Remember Salisu, a Ghanaian defender, was a subject of interest from AS Monaco, who submitted 2 bids that were turned down subsequently by the Saints. Now, the news coming in this afternoon is that Southampton have actually allowed Salisu to begin personal terms with Fulham, as a £50 million bid has been accepted from Fulham for Mohamed Salisu. So interesting move right there. Now the payment structure is currently being discussed, and if all goes well, Salisu might be signing for Fulham for a price of around £50 million. Also at the camp of Fulham, I said that Kevin Bassey, the Nigerian defender who was brought in from Celtic 2 years ago, has been allowed to leave to the Craven Cottage from Ajax. He's been bought for a price of around £18 million, and he will join the Fulham team that are on tour at the United States for his medical. Remember, Fulham were in action yesterday when they lost 2-0 to Aston Villa. So good news there for Fulham fans. Also at the camp of Chelsea, remember I told you in my episode yesterday that Chelsea submitted a €23 million bid for Wahi, the French under-21 international who plays for Montpellier. Now, the news coming in just this afternoon is that bid has been rejected by Montpellier. Montpellier are holding out for a bid of around €35 million to allow Kelvin Wahi, Wahi to leave the team. Now, remember that a player scored 19 goals in the League One, just ended season in League One, so he is actually hot property, and he is not the only. Chelsea are not the only club looking to sign Wahi. He is also a subject of interest from Atletico Madrid and Frankfurt. Mind you, Frankfurt anticipates that they might lose Kolomwani, so they are hoping to replace Wahi with Randall Kolomwani. So Chelsea would have to up their offer for Wahi for him to move. Montpellier expect Chelsea to come back with an improved offer. And then Wahi has also told Montpellier that he wants to play for Chelsea, but it is thought that the player will be loaned out after he is bought from Montpellier. And preferred option is currently Strasbourg, as I stated in my episode yesterday. Also, at the camp of Liverpool, just this afternoon, news coming in as the Liverpool team are going on tour at Singapore. They have left, and they left Fabinho behind. Fabinho has been left behind. Remember, I told you that Fabinho is a subject of interest from Saudi Arabia club Al Ittihad. There were delays in that deal. Rumors about issues about his dogs. Saudi Arabia not wanting to have Fabinho's dogs coming in there because they are deemed dangerous, and that breed is not allowed in the country. Also, there are talks about delay in the move as a result of work documents, work permit really being discussed, and also issues around paperwork and work permits being ironed, and then the move would be confirmed very soon. Also, I told you yesterday that Liverpool are going to make an improved bid. Now, just this afternoon, an improved bid of £42 million plus add-ons have just been launched by Liverpool to sign Romeo Lavia. Now, it is thought that Southampton are looking out for £50 million package. Now, remember, the player has a buyout clause, a release clause of £40 million for next year. That can be only activated for next year. So if Liverpool want to sign the player, they have to pay the £50 million that Southampton are looking for. But currently, Liverpool have submitted a £42 million bid plus add-ons, and they are hoping that Southampton will kind of accept that offer, which is a total package to up to £45 million. So currently, Liverpool and Southampton are locked in negotiations to try and see if that bid will be accepted. So fingers crossed on Romeo Lavia to Liverpool. We'll see how that bid will materialize. Also, don't forget that Chelsea were also interested in Romeo Lavia, but their first choice was Moises Caicedo. However, that move has stalled, so they might actually go back and try and hijack the bid for Romeo Lavia to Liverpool. So let's see how that move will materialize as time goes on. Also, at the camp of Manchester United, just it came in yesterday afternoon, late in the afternoon, that United submitted a verbal offer of 60 million euros total package for Rasmus Hojlund. Remember, United were in action yesterday at dawn, this morning at dawn around 1 a.m. They played Real Madrid. They lost 2-0. So the takeaway from that game is that United actually needs a striker, because a lot of chances were created, but no one to put the ball at the back of the net. And it's evident after the press conference that Erik ten Hag stressed the need for United to get in a striker. So United are trying to get Rasmus Hojlund. He is also a subject of interest from PSG. As I began this episode, news came in that PSG actually also submitted an offer of 50 million euros, which is thought to be lower than what Manchester United have submitted. Remember, the player favors a move to Manchester United because he is a boyhood United fan and also belongs to the same agency as Erik ten Hag. So positives in there is that United are currently in negotiations with Atlanta to try and sign Rasmus Hojlund. A 60 million euro total package has been launched. Remember, Atlanta want a total package of around 70 million euros. Initially, they wanted 100 million, but they have actually reduced their their offer for Rasmus Hojlund to somewhere around 70 million euros. So let's see how that move will materialize. Also, at the camp of, remember, Barcelona are looking to sell some French players to try and raise funds to invest in their team. Now, Ferran Torres is one player that has been put on the transfer list, but the player just came out this afternoon to say that he has a contract. He has a 2-year remaining contract with Barcelona, so he intends to stay at the Catalan club. He's not going anywhere. Also, at the camp of Frank Kessie, remember, Frank Kessie's agent came out somewhere 2 weeks ago to say that his agent does not want to leave Barcelona. But Barcelona are looking to sell Frank Kessie to raise funds. It is thought that Barca would accept a bid of somewhere around 15 million euros for Frank Kessie. Now, he is a subject of interest from Saudi Arabia. Remember, I told you in my earliest episodes that Saudi clubs are interested in Frank Kessie, but the player is not keen on moving to Saudi Arabia at this stage of his career. And so a bid to an offer from maybe a top European club might surface. And however, I also said that Juventus were interested in signing Frank Kessie. Unfortunately for Barcelona and for Juventus, Frank Kessie doesn't want to go back to Serie A. He is favoring a move to an EPL club, preferably some team like Tottenham Hotspur, who are thought to be interested in the player. So currently, Barcelona are relaxed about Frank Kessie's move. They know that a bid from EPL club will come, and they might sell him for £50 million very soon. So fingers crossed on Frank Kessie going to the EPL. He has rejected a move to Juventus because he doesn't want to go back to Serie A. So let's see how that move will materialize. Also, just coming in as I step into this episode, I want to announce that for the first win for an African team at the current ongoing FIFA Women's World Cup, Nigeria beat co-host Australia 3-2 in a pulsating game. The winning goal was scored by Olosha, who is a player from Barcelona, with women's team. So I mean, good news for Africa. Finally, we have a win. Remember, Zambia have been very disappointing in this tournament. They've conceded 10 goals in 2 games, and they are out of the tournament, irrespective of the fact that their result would, even if they win their last game, they are still going home. And also, I think Morocco conceded 6 goals in their first game, and so I mean, bad news for Africa right there. But for now, Nigeria are raising the flag of Africa, and first win for an African team. Hopefully, they drew with New Zealand. So I think in their next game against Ireland, the Northern Ireland, who are currently on their way home, it is thought that Nigeria might actually be able to beat, if the Nigerians beat, the Super Falcons beat the Irish women, they might qualify for the quarterfinals, which is good news for Africa. So fingers crossed, Super Falcons are raising the flag of Africa there. So yeah, that's about it. Also, I want to talk about Bayern Munich. It is thought that they are preparing an 86 million pound bid for Harry Kane. Just yesterday, a news came in that Bayern Munich are willing to spread their executives, their management team, their transfer team into two. One to focus on Harry Kane, and the other to focus on other targets. That shows how serious Bayern Munich are, in their pursuance of Harry Kane. They feel that Harry Kane is the ideal target for them to take them to the next level, and they want to do well in the Champions League next year. So next season. So Harry Kane, Bayern Munich now ready to pay over 100 million euros to sign Harry Kane. So it is thought that Harry Kane is likely to leave at this point. And as I told you, that his wife has actually gone to Bayern Munich to try and look for a house and school for her children. So good news coming in for the camp of Bayern Munich fans right there. Also at the camp of Bayern Munich, I want to just chip in. I told you in my episode yesterday that they are looking to get in someone to debutize the injured goalkeeper Manuel Neuer, and they are looking at David Raya, the Spanish international from who plays at Brentford. He's valued at 40 million pounds. However, they are reconsidering their choice, because Brentford at the moment are not interested in lowering the price. Remember, Tottenham wanted David Raya, but unfortunately they were priced out because Brentford were not willing to lower the 40 million pounds evaluation for David Raya. Now that has meant that Bayern Munich are looking at other cheaper options, and David De Gea has come into the fray. Bayern Munich, remember, David De Gea is a free agent after being released by Manchester United. He's very experienced, and Bayern Munich feel that David De Gea could be the perfect replacement for injured Manuel Neuer at the moment. Remember, Jan Sommer, who was the goalkeeper for Bayern Munich, is currently negotiating a deal to Inter Milan for 6 million euros, and the second goalkeeper, Nubel, has actually left the club. So Bayern Munich trying to get in a very good goalkeeper to start the season for them. Also at the camp of AS Roma, remember I said earlier in my episodes that Pochettino was looking to try and sign then Paulo Dybala from Roma. He is a fan of Dybala. He values the player very highly, and it is thought that Chelsea struggling to sign a striker. Maybe Paulo Dybala could come in and be a false nine. However, bad news for Pochettino, and probably not a lot of Chelsea fans who are not keen on that deal, is that Dybala has actually agreed with Roma to renew his contract. His current contract ends in 2025. It has been extended to 2026 plus an option to extend to 2027. So Dybala is going to be at the Roma club for the time being. Also at the camp of James Rodriguez. James Rodriguez, remember, this player was at Everton. He didn't have a good spell. He went to Qatar to play for a Qatari club. Now he got a chance to play for Olympiacos, but now he's a free agent, and news coming in this afternoon is that James Rodriguez could be going to Brazil to play for Sao Paulo. He's a free agent, so currently negotiating with Sao Paulo. So James Rodriguez to Sao Paulo could be confirmed very soon. Also at the camp of Madsen, I think that's the name. If you watch the game yesterday, Madsen was superb. Once again, he came in the second half and he did very well. I wasn't really particularly impressed with Cucurella. I feel that the goal Almiron scored, Cucurella was at fault. His movement and his positioning was poor. The young Dutch left back, and Madsen, has been wonderful in preseason, and I have actually highlighted him as one of the players to watch if Chelsea would give him a chance to play in the Premier League coming next season. Now, it is good news that Pochettino yesterday said that Madsen is someone that he's looking to keep. So fingers crossed for Madsen. Once again, Nicholas Jackson also scored, which is good for the player's confidence. And I know that he will start the season and he's going to do well this season. So if he has good movement, so once Chelsea are able to have good movement around him and supply him with the balls, I'm sure Nicholas Jackson is going to do well this season for Chelsea. So Madsen is one of the players I am highlighting for ones to look out for in the coming season. As the episodes come by, I will note and highlight some unknown talents in the various EPL teams that would be ones to watch out for. I'll do one for Kobe Menu very soon, but for now I want to focus on Madsen and another player from Tottenham, a right back from Tottenham by the name of Destiny Udogie. Now, Destiny Udogie was born in Chievo Verona to Nigerian parents. He plays for Italy under 21 team. He was bought 2 years ago, and he was sent on loan to Burnley last season. He did very well on loan at Burnley, and he was sent on loan to Udinese. He was sent on loan to Udinese in Italy. He did very well. He played as a left wing back. He played as a right wing back, at Udinese, and now he's back at Tottenham. Yesterday he played a game against a Japanese club in Asia, and Tottenham did very well. If you look at his partnership with Son Heung-min and then Madison at that left flank, I mean, it's interesting to see. So I mean, those of you who don't know Destiny Udogie, you would do well to try and check him out. I think he's one of the stand-up players. He will be one of the stand-up players in the coming season for Tottenham Hotspur at right back. So yeah, ones to watch for this season, Destiny Udogie. Now, I would like to talk a little bit about the preseason games that happened yesterday. Remember, Manchester United were in action. They played against Real Madrid. Remember, Jude Bellingham scored the first goal early on in the first half. I didn't watch the first half. I came to meet the second half, and it was good. Good exercise for Manchester United. One thing I can take away is that Real Madrid, they seem to be doing very well without a striker. Joselu scored a goal in the second half, a wonderful goal, I might say. Bellingham, deployed in a number 10 role, excelled very well, scored a beautiful chip, over Onana. I think that Real Madrid might do well without a striker. I think that the manager is preparing without a striker, a main number 9. However, I mean, Joselu can also come in and help them out. So I mean, not much to say from the side of Real Madrid, except at the camp of Manchester United, we created a lot of good chances, but unfortunately, we were unable to score. So I mean, it points to the idea that we need a new striker. We need to bring in more attackers. If we can get in Hojlund, maybe the dynamics, Marshall might come back. I don't know. The dynamics going forward for us and attacking wise would be good. I thought that yesterday, overall, our ball play was good. Our movement, we played high on the pitch. For the first goal that we conceded, I think that Martinez and Varane were out of position. I think they were fine. I mean, you can play very high, but you have to watch your lines, because as the through ball came in, it looks like Bellingham was just clear onside, and he was left, to attack the ball, So I think that Martinez and Varane would have to watch their, line as they move, to press high on the pitch. Also, at the camp of Chelsea, I've already talked about Chelsea. They played against Newcastle United, a 1-1 draw right there. Nicholas Jackson scored, which is good, and Maatsen started very well. I love the player. Let's see how he will be deployed. If he will be deployed, mind you, he's a subject of interest from Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest want him for £50 million. But the manager Pochettino has said that Maatsen might stay. So let's see how that goes. Also, at the camp of Barcelona and Arsenal, they played a very interesting game. 5-3 was the scoreline. It was a very high intensity performance. I mean, Xavi complained about the fact that Arsenal were too intensive with their tackling and stuff. But mind you, Arsenal have already played 3 games, I think, already in preseason. Barcelona are already playing the second game. So, I mean, difference in intensity was going to show, and it showed in the first half. But, I mean, good exercise for Arsenal. Kai Havertz also on the score sheet, which is good for his confidence. So, overall, Arsenal are doing very well. I think that the midfield 3 of Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, and Odegaard would work for Arsenal eventually, like the manager said, Arteta. So I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how Arsenal will play next season. I'm going to watch a lot of Arsenal games because I'm excited about that midfield 3, and also Bukayo Saka on the score sheet. He missed the penalty, but same with Bukayo Saka, very talented on the ball and very effective. So I mean, Barcelona also very good vibes in there. I mean, after coming back after the virus attack that they suffered, after the game against, I think Dortmund was cancelled. So let's see how that goes. So overall, preseason games were good. We'll keep monitoring how Kobe Mainoo injury goes, and let's see. I'll give you information about whether he will be coming back very soon or not. So thank you very much for staying with me for today on another wonderful episode on Pious Football. Bye.